Howdy folks, welcome back to Medicine Creek Farms. Today we're going to fling a little poo. That's right, I got this SIP. This is an Orion 25R. There we go. Brand spanking new, nice little spreader. I can pull behind the Ford, and I got the big old Fleagle bucket here for the case. And we're about to load up. Turn the hood on here. So we're day 2 early spring. It's getting nice and green. The ground temps are starting to come up a little bit. Ground isn't frozen anymore, though it's still pretty cold. Probably got a few more days yet before we can get some corn on the ground. And I brought the weight over for the case. I didn't think I would need it, but I think I'll throw it on here. Just a little bit unsteady. There we go. This should hold, I think, a couple buckets worth. Actually, I don't think I can get out that gate with the Ford sitting there. We'll just back it up a little bit. There we go. So the plan is to put this manure on the alfalfa field, because we don't have a whole lot of it. We got some. I don't have any idea how much, but I don't think we've got near enough to do like field 25. But we should have plenty to do the alfalfa field, so that'll be some free fertilizer. And I believe it's at a low enough growth stage that we can just throw it on and won't have to worry about it being trampled down or anything. What I do have to worry about is me being able to drive through the dang gate. One of the reasons I didn't want to put this weight on is because it just makes it that much tighter in here. But we're going to load from this side. Do our best not to run into anything. So this bucket will hold almost 2 tons, 1.87. Quite a bit of manure to have up in the air. Let's get this guy back forward here. Something like that ought to work out pretty well. I think the manure spreader holds 4,000 liters. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so 1.7 plus 1.5, so yeah. 3.2 tons, something like that. We'll see what it says. Almost 2 buckets worth. Calm down, case. Just wanting to jump around a little bit. We'll be back fairly quick, so I think I'll just leave the case idling there. There we go, 3.49 tons. Go ahead and close that gate. Cows are well trained, but you never know. All right, clear highway, nice. It's going to be a little bit of driving back and forth, but not too bad. Just not terribly far to go. This spreader doesn't throw a whole lot of manure, but, you know, I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money. We're already fairly low on funds. So this little guy here was just about perfect to pull behind the Ford, so that's what we're going to go with. I think I'll start over here down kind of this long edge. Now I actually I need to make sure the mod is, yeah, so I had some issues. It's the spray rate is 0 cubic meters per hectare. And I think you actually have to increase it and then decrease it again to get back to, there we go, to the minimum 12 cubic meters per hectare. I don't have any idea if that's right or not, but that's what we're going to go with. So yeah, not much of a spread width here, but it's free fertilizer. So that mod, I think it's called variable spray. I forget what exactly it's called, but basically it lets you set the spread rate of a sprayer or a spreader, much like you would a real piece of equipment. And then it also varies by speed, I believe. So if you slow down and stop, it doesn't just continually dump it out on the ground. I didn't even check my cruise to see if it could go faster. 9 felt about right. I don't know what the maximum speed is here. Should be about right. Let's, oh, we can go a little faster. 12, all right. Bump it up to 12. Then we'll just kind of try to eyeball it. It's not going to be a perfect application, but that's okay. Getting poo on the field, that's the main thing. So we can go down and almost all the way back. Not too bad. Super bright green. What was interesting is it started turning green like in late winter, which I found really odd, but the temperature was above freezing for the most part, so I just rolled with it. So back we go for another load. Cows out. There's one cow. Cows are doing great. Need me a remote control on this gate. Lazy. We can block it with the tractor coming back out, so we don't need to bother closing it here while we're loading. Kind of miss the dynamic mud, but it caused too many weird issues with tractors bouncing around and stuff. It was kind of a neat effect, though, to have the dynamic mud. You could drive through it. To me, it's just not worth all the other issues you get. Whoa! My hand slipped and I almost didn't hit the brakes in time there. Speaking of brakes, that Ford's got way too strong of brakes. Probably need to turn them down a bit. Next time I'm tinkering. The 71 Chevy almost has too weak of brakes. You really gotta watch out with that truck. It'll get away from you. Alright, making a little bit of a dent here in the pile. Ford just stops a little too quick for my taste. All clear on the traffic again, so that's good. So ground temp needs to be up to 48 for the corn to germinate. So we're going to hold off. Don't really need to plant yet. Took that a little bit fast. Now the spreader, you can pull the I don't know, the wheels or whatever you call these on the back. You can pull those off, and it's got some side extensions. It'll turn itself into a trailer with double the capacity. So if we ever just need to haul stuff, you can convert it over. Boy, it's hard to tell where we've been. I know we quit somewhere down in here. There we go, kind of right in here, I think. Like I said, it's not going to be a perfect application. We're going to miss some areas. But as long as we get the majority of it, that's what matters. Got misplant a little bit over there. Quite a few little areas over there in the little turnarounds. Oh well. I completely just messed that up. I did. Alright, let's just pick this a little bit up. It's real subtle trying to see where this has been put down. You're driving in the cab, but there's just not really any way you'd be able to see, so we're going to stick with the drone view. Alright, back this way. Of course, with GPS, you can really hone in on getting your lanes down right, but this field didn't lend itself very well to GPS. Just got a little bit left, so let's see if we can get most of this back part finished off. Yep, just a little bit. Alright, back we go to the barn. Pretty much going to be this episode, driving back and forth between the alfalfa field and the cow barn. How about putting a fence down through here, but now that we got the alfalfa field, it's pretty well defined. Alright, how are we looking traffic? He's a ways off. We're going to go ahead and go. There's some cows come down to see us. There we go. Didn't slow down people too bad. If we ever start making any money, I'd like to get these tractors repainted. Didn't quite get lined up. Let's redo that. There we go. Doesn't take long to fill her up with this big bucket. Alright, Case, I'll be back. Those cows are pretty well trained, but you know what? We'll just close that gate. I don't trust them 100%. So I like this little SIP Orion. I think I found that on the mod hub. Nice little mod. It's got hoses and everything. Nicely detailed and modeled. I think it requires 60 horsepower, so just about anything will run it. Alright, something like this down through here. Then we'll sneak back in that back part and get that a little bit finished off. And then we'll just have this main field over here to get finished up. Alright, I see some there. I know when we look at the overview it's going to be kind of pathetic. We'll do what we can. Still got some lime over here. The rain hasn't washed away. Speaking of rain, we did get a decent amount of rain this winter, so ponds are all up, which is good. And something like this. Turn that off, swing back around. Pick up this little bit over here. That's pretty close. That's definitely not 100% coverage, but it's pretty darn close. Alright, back across here. Just keep doing this little dog leg. Oh, all done. Back to the cow barn we go. Hazards on. See if we can't get this field covered in one episode. Would have made more videos over the winter, but there just wasn't anything going on. It was just me doing chores every day. That's pretty boring. These cows are so darn thirsty. I don't know how many trips I've made down to the pond well. It's just crazy how much water they're using. 24 cows. That's a 2,600 gallon tank. It seems like I'm running down to the pond just about every day. There's some thirsty critters. And I don't know, it seemed like they were using more water in the wintertime than they did in the summer, which seems counterintuitive, but maybe it just seemed that way. Nope, nope, nope. That's not what I want to do. I want to get this little spot here. There we go. Put in the right gear there. Alright, hang on, Case. This is where it'd be handy to have a hired hand. Good old Hank can't help me out every single time. He's been a big help, though. Need to get him paid back sometime. Hey, Cal. How's it going? You gonna freeze on me? So Hoot was mentioning on my Discord that he thought the cows were freezing because of the nav mesh issue, but what he was saying is that the problem is the nav mesh is so big, and if you're like X meters from the center of the nav mesh, then the AI freeze. So I think that's why cows don't move sometimes. That was Hoot's theory anyway. Sounded plausible. Boy. I think I got off a little bit. Here. Get that sealed up. Let's head back over to the start. It's all about the drone eye view here in this video, so I can see the manure. But technically, we probably shouldn't be doing this, right? You wouldn't spread necessarily manure on grass that's already grown up, but we're gonna roll with it. The grass is pretty short. It's not grown in yet. Hopefully we'll get a cut off of it this year, since it's been growing pretty much ever since it could grow. Alright, I didn't want to hit that tree. Let's make a little pass around this way. So I'll keep an eye on it. I'm not sure when exactly it'll be ready to cut, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting some alfalfa bales made and then seeing how much money we can get off this field. Really the only cost I've got in the field right now is the alfalfa seed. If we can get, 3 or 4 cuts per planting. I think somebody was saying you had to replant it every 4th harvest or something silly like that. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how it goes. Might be a fool's errand doing alfalfa, but we'll see. If it's somewhat profitable, maybe we'll just go into the alfalfa business and just plant the whole kabit and caboodle in alfalfa. That'd be a lot of alfalfa hay. Yeah, I better wait on them. They're coming along pretty good. We got another person from the left. Now we're clear. See, that cow is not moving. Does it start moving when I go over here closer? Oh, it just despawned. Okay. See, now I'm over here by the barn, they're all moving around. Because I'm close to the center of the nav mesh. All kinds of beefers over here by the barn. Keep on growing, beefers. That's your only job. Eat and grow. This thing filled up in a hurry. There's another cement truck. I don't know where they're doing all this construction around here. Something's going on. This should finish off the alfalfa field, and then we'll take a look at the overview on the map. See just how bad it looks. I'm expecting it to look pretty bad, but it'll be more fertilization than it had when we started, so there's that. Now, where do I... Here we go. I see some green over here. I don't know if it even shows up on YouTube with the compression, but I can kind of just make out where the manure has been spread. Oh, we were coming up through here when it quit. Where exactly did it quit? Right about there, I think. No, it continues on around. I don't remember where it quit. Alright, who needs some poo? There we go. Beautiful. Still got my flashers on. Alright, how badly did we do? Let's take a look here as we close out the video. Thanks, autosave. So we're at about, I think that's second stage growth, maybe? Is that first stage? Might be first stage. And we actually didn't do too bad. Looks like we missed a little bit right along there, a little bit there, but overall, yeah, I'm happy with that. And it was free fertilizer, so that works. I'm pretty much out of room here, so I think I'm just going to park this over by the cow barn. And we'll leave it. I don't know if I can maybe find an old tarp or something to throw over it. Keep the bed from rotting out. But anywho, flashers on. We head back over to the cow barn. That'll be it for this video. Next video, we might be planting some corn. We'll just have to see what comes up. That's the next major thing. Be planting time. So thanks as always for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one.